So I'd like to start by just you telling us what is the primary ideology or primary ideas that fuel Gorgoroth's music.
Satan.
Do you, what is it about, what does Satan embody, or what is it about Satan's, what does he represent for you?
Freedom.
How do you use your music? How is it that you can use your music as a vehicle to discuss or share your ideas?
Personally, I only use it as a way to create and to perform myself. That's the only source and reason why.
You mentioned freedom. Can you tell me a little bit more about what is it about Satan, and I assume your belief in Satanism, that is important to you? What is it specifically about that belief or that belief system, whatever you might call it, that is important to you?
To allow your roots to get nourishment from wherever it wants to get nourishment from.
Do you see Satanism offering a more liberating path? You mentioned freedom. Do you see it offering more in that respect than other religious systems?
Satanism is resistance to Christianity and anything that comes out from the Semitic trees. So of course it's liberating. I don't know if that's the right way to see it, but Christianity and Judaism and also Islam, any form for control denies the satanic individual to grow. Satanism is freedom for the individual and for the self to grow and continue to grow, to become the Superman that every individual should strive to be.
Can you tell me a bit more about why this individualism is important to you?
Every being should be concerned about what he himself is and should be. So basically, therein lies the answer. I can't, and I can't. Well, I don't see any reason why I should explain that, because it should be obvious to any individual. Every man who's born to be king becomes king. Every man who's born to be a slave doesn't know Satan.
One thing I find very interesting, it seems to me, about Norwegian society is that it is there is strong emphasis on there's a social democratic state, that there's a very strong history of Christianity in Norway. Do you think your experiences as a Norwegian have anything to do with your beliefs?
First of all, Norwegians used to be a proud people, something that, of course, a Christian society would never accept, where pride is a mortal sin. Um, so this, of course, goes back to my ancestors and a long time ago. But you need strong rules to keep Norwegians Christians. I think it's because it's an unnatural thing for us. It's an unnatural thing for any person that has a European heritage.
Do you see Gorgoroth as an extreme form of art, and if so, what do you think is the meaning of that?
Personally, I see it as I don't know if I would call it art, but of course, to me myself, it's art. But how other people see it, I can't tell, and I wouldn't put it into the same booth as metal in general. That's basically why black metal was created, because we didn't fit into the rest of the metal scene in a way. We don't stand for socialism. We don't stand for democracy. We stand for the individual and the strongest survival. That's so. You will never find us in a trailer park drunk or anything. That's not how black metal is. Black metal is something superior to any other metal form. Even though we like other metal forms, it doesn't mean that we belong to it. So black metal should not be put up to metal in that way.
Okay. If you do see Gorgoroth as a black metal band, then what is black metal to you? Or perhaps you want to say what it should be if you don't feel it is where it should be.
I don't know if I get your question right, but to me, growth is the only thing that's important for me and myself. Of course, if I can influence other individuals, the idea is to spread the seed of Satan in every individual that is capable of giving it nourishment. That's basically my idea with it. I would like Satan to grow in every man that can call himself an individual.
I guess I'm interested to know what that world or that society or that environment would look like if indeed Satanism were to grow, if that's something that you think is important. What do you think about
that? There's always room for a pack of wolves. It will never exist as a flock or in any way, but there's room for a lot of packs. And we breed on what is the flock and what the sheep is. So of course you have to spread it to the individuals.
We talked about the Peter Best photography, and one thing that strikes me about his photography, not only in his photos of Gorgoroth, but in the photos of some of the other Norwegian bands, there's a strong emphasis on the wilderness. I'm interested to know what you think about that. If you think, is nature important?
Of course, Of course, nature is important, but that's not the first thing we put our finger on. You should be nature. You know, we don't use it that much in our exhibitions. In a way, the way we exhibit ourselves, we don't put that to the stand in a way. But of course, nature and everything nature stands for is opposed to what Christianity and the Semitic values represent. It's Christianity and Semitic beliefs in general are based on controlling nature, and nature should not be controlled. It should be lived out. Be nature. That's the whole idea of being Satan.
As you know, I think whether we like it or not, black metal in Norway is known for a string of events that happened in the early 1990s around a series of arsons and a suicide and a murder or two. I'm interested to know your thoughts on those events, the actions of those events, the motivations behind those events, whether you agree with them, whether you disagree.
When it comes to personal things that's like suicide or murders and all this, that has to be decided. Well, I can't give any answer to those questions. That's up to the ones that commit and the friends of the ones who was murdered in that way. But church burnings and all these things are, of course, a thing that I support 100%, and it should have been done much more and will be done much more in the future. We have to remove every trace from what Christianity and the Semitic roots have to offer this world.
You'd also talked about, I was interested in what you had to say about the connection between nature and your music. I asked about the photographs of Peter Best, and I think it's important to hear again your thoughts on what nature represents to you and what Christianity has done with nature.
Nature is the only true law. And as I told in a previous answer, respect. That's basically what nature is built out of, actually. Throw out what you can't respect and kill it. Christianity breaks all rules of nature. It denies everything to grow. It wants to keep everything under control. It denies life. And nature is life.
Much of heavy metal in the media has often been characterized as being sort of simple party music that's just meant to be an escape, a way to get out and just get laid and get drunk and get fucked up and whatever. Obviously, Gorgoroth is coming from a very different position, it seems to me. You take what you do very seriously. So my question is, how do you see heavy metal to be a vehicle to get your ideas out?
Well, you shouldn't call us heavy metal, first of all. That's very, very wrong. Heavy metal is related to rock and roll, and which is a very low form for yeah, well, it's very related to socialism, which again has its roots in Christianity.
Historically, there's been a connection between Satanism and metal.
Yeah.
What do you want to call it? Heavy metal, metal, black metal, whatever. Historically, there is this connection from Venom, from Slayer, from Bathory. There's many bands that incorporated Satanism into what they do. Why is there this connection between metal and Satanism?
I think it has to do with well, metal basically it's started as a solitary group in a way. It's resisting the straight way, you know. But of course there's a lot of monkeys jumping on this tree, or black metal can't be connected to metal in that form, but of course there's too many branches to climb on it.
On one hand, many people have argued that metal, different subgenres of metal, offers people an escape from the reality that they live in, that it takes them away. Whereas others, I think, suggest that metal can be a vehicle for actually creating change. How do you see it? Is metal just an escape, or is it a way to create change?
I think all the forms of music, or every form of art, could be used as a vehicle for escape. It's not just related to one form of music. But personally, I don't think it should be used as a way of a vehicle of escape, because you should be what you present, and as a performer, or me as a listener to other music, I don't want to use it as something to get away from something. I want to use it as something I can gain from, and escape is well, that just shows how what the world has turned into. If you have a reason for escaping, then you shouldn't escape. You should fight, and you should resist. You should become Satan. If you feel that you have to escape, that's if people fail to get that message, well, good luck to them.
This is a quick question. Was if the emphasis on individualism, what does the need to spread to other people the word of Satanism, or to convert other people?
People today have learned that to deny yourself is the way you should live, and of course, as every individual wants pairs to grow against. Everyone can sit on his throne and look down on everyone else and see himself as fulfilled. You need resistance to grow. You need something to strive for. If you reach the top of the mountain, are you supposed to go down again, or are you supposed to build it, or become the mountain?
I always close by asking is there anything that we haven't covered? Is there anything I haven't asked you about that you feel is important to say about metal or about Gorgoroth or about any of the things we've talked about?
Maybe about the ideology. We'll, we live in a world that allows embryos to get torn out from the mother's wombs, and you are not allowed to go and kill a beggar. That is what Christianity is. This is what socialism is. We have to fight it.